Good morning, everyone. Today we'll start class 12th BST with chapter number 1 Nature and Significance of Management. For that, first of all, we will try to understand what is management. Now, see, this is a word which is not new for you, right? You have already listened this word number of time, but do you ever have thought that what is this management? What is this management? Yes, what is management? Management means to get work done from others, or management is a process of getting things done with an aim of achieving organizational goals effectively and efficiently. Why this management is important? Can you imagine any function, any activity in organization without management? Just take an example. Suppose some function is there at home, say some marriage is there, right? Can a single person manage everything, all the activities of the function by himself or herself? No. What is required? There is always somebody who is acting like a leader. It means there is always some person who will act like a manager or leader, and every time directions are given. They will guide time to time that what to do, how to do, and everything regarding all the activities. And then activities are delegated to number of persons, and then the whole process carries on and the marriage takes place properly. Similarly, this management is very important in all the organization. Okay, so in this definition which you can see on the screen, two words are extremely important. First is it's a process, and next one effectively and efficiently. First of all, we need to understand that why it is said that it's a process. Why it is a process? Because because in this process all five functions will move on in cycle. Which are the five functions here? These are planning, organizing, staffing, directing and controlling. That's why it's a process, because the cycle will continue. It's a never ending process. Secondly, you need to understand effectiveness and efficiency. Effectiveness. What is effectiveness? It means to do any task within proper time is effectiveness. It means doing the right task, completing activities and achieving goals. In other words, it is concerned with the end results. This is effectiveness. Then efficiency. Now just imagine, just completing the task within time is okay. No. To complete the task within time, and that also with minimum wastage of resources. It means to utilize the resources fully. That is very important. So these both things are important aspect here, effective as well as efficient. Okay, so in this definition we have seen this complete, it is a process because these five functions are in continuation every time. Then again we have seen regarding the efficiency and effectiveness. So this was the definition regarding the management. Okay, now let us proceed further. Now we are seeing the topic functions of management. So what we have seen is in the process that all these five elements are there. As I said earlier, these are planning, organizing, staffing, directing and controlling. These five elements are the functions of management too. Now we are seeing the first function of management, that is planning. So, what is planning? Planning means deciding in advance. See, we always have a plan. Suppose you are in class 12, obviously, somewhere it is in your mind that by the end of the session, what I am going to do. By the end of the session, how much percentage I will score. What course I am going to do. So, these are the These are the plans. Okay. Now here also planning means planning is very important. It's a paperwork. Without planning even we cannot start, because first of all सबसे पहले क्या करना होगा? We have to plan. Similarly in management also first important thing is they will do planning. Planning होता क्या है? Planning is thinking in advance what is to be done, how it is to be done, when it is to be done, by whom it is to be done. Okay, this is planning. It's a paperwork. These are examples in front of you. What a lady will plan. When any lady gets up in the morning, so many questions are there for the day. Okay, what is to be done? She will think what is to cook, how to cook, like this. So every time planning is going on in our mind. Now next function is organizing. Only planning will work. Paperwork has been done. Then what is required? Resources are required. Resources. It is what is this organizing? Actually it is a management function of assigning duties, group tasks, establishing reporting relationship, and allocating resources required to carry out specific plan. It determines what activities and resources are required. It decides who will do a particular task, where it will be done, and when it will be done. So only planning will not work alone. Along that all materials are also required. So in short you can just understand organizing that to arrange all the required resources, to arrange all the material, whatever is required to carry on the activities, to carry on the production process is organizing. Resources and funds also. Okay, these all are input resources which are to be arranged. That is organizing. Now, next comes the function staffing. So, what is staffing? See, staffing means we have seen planning, then we have seen organizing. Only arranging the resources will work. Who is required to use all those resources? What is required? Staff is required. So what is staffing? Staffing means to find the right job for the right person. That is staffing. Okay, staffing simply means finding the right people for the right job. The function of management involves activities such as recruitment, selection, placement, and training of personnel. Staffing function of management is also known as HR function. It's also known as human resource function. Okay. I hope you are getting all these functions. Now let us carry on with the next one, that is directing. Directing means what? Again staff is okay, staff is recruited and selected, right persons are selected for the right job. But what they will do? They will start their work when they will get some directions from the manager. Manager not only give direction, but they will also motivate time to time. Whatever flaws are there in working styles of worker, these all flaws are removed by the manager, because he is always a leader. He always instructs, guide, motivate, communicate with all the employees and the staff. So directing is also equally important. Then we comes to the last function of management, that is controlling. Controlling means what? See, whenever work is done, we have seen that we have start with the planning. Planning, some goals were set. It was said that what is the objective of the organization. Now complete work has been carried on throughout the year. Then at the end, what will be seen? It will be compared. What is done in controlling? Actually, comparison is done. Comparison of what? Comparison of actual performance and planned performance. That will be done in controlling, and whatever deviations are there, that will be removed. Okay, now come to the topic features of management. So first feature, you can see management is a goal oriented process. Why it is a goal oriented process? Because all the activities of management are directed towards the achievement of the goals. Actually, what is happening in management? What is done? Management unites the efforts of different individuals in the organization towards achieving these goals. Okay, that's why it is said that management is a goal oriented process. Then next one, you can see management is all pervasive. What is the meaning of the pervasive? Means exist everywhere. It means whatever management activities are there, they are going on everywhere in all types of organization, irrespective of the size and type. Whether the organization is a profit making entity or a not profit making entity, whether the organization is very big in size, it is giant size, or it is medium size or small size, but management will be there. That's why it is said that it is pervasive. Okay, then management is a continuous process. Why it is a continuous process? Because as already I said, there are these five functions are there. Which are they? These are planning, organizing, staffing, directing and controlling. These five functions will continue always. They never end. It's a never ending process. That's why it is said that management is a continuous process. Then management is a group activity. What do you think? Management can be done in isolation. Isolation. Suppose it is a sole trade firm business is going on. There single person is there to do the complete activities of the business. So their management is not required. But management word is required. Management is required where groups are working together. So concept of management starts with the number of people working in the organization. That's why it is a group activity. It is not required in isolation. Okay. Then management is a dynamic function. This is very important. Why management is a dynamic function? Because management, what is dynamic here? It means to change according to the time. Why it is dynamic? Because management will not work rigidly. It will change. It is flexible. It will change according to the requirement of the time. For some example, we can just imagine what is going on today. See all the schools. Every school have nearly started online teaching. Complete work system has changed. That is a thing that organizations which have changed themselves according to the time, because you know what conditions are going on currently because of this pandemic we are facing. So it is very important. One option can be to stop learning process and all, but that is not the solution. So for every problem some solutions are there. So when this problem arise in the society, what solution is find for this thing? Online teaching. So different apps are used and online teaching is going on. Okay, so it means every teacher has changed the way of teaching. Earlier we have not used all these apps and all of for teaching, but now we are habitual of this thing as if we are using this from number of years. It means dynamic is very important for every person. Also it's very important to be dynamic, because things, we cannot change the things, they will change according to the time, but we have to change according to the change in the environment. Same the management does. Management also is a dynamic function, because always management will change according to the conditions prevalent in the market, conditions prevalent in the environment. Then next feature, which is management is a intangible force. What is intangible? We have studied in accountancy also. This intangible asset we have studied. Excuse me. What is this intangible? Intangible means which cannot be seen. Similarly, management is an intangible force. कैसे पता चलेगा that management is intangible? Suppose if everything is going on very smoothly in management, all employees are satisfied, profits are good, sales are increasing year by year, it means we can just see that yeah, everything is going on very smoothly. It means management is progressing. It means management is a intangible force. We cannot see that, but we can feel all this thing that everything is going properly. It means management is very progressive, like that. So management is a intangible force. Okay. Then management is an human activity. Why it's a human activity? Because all activities in the management are carried by whom? All activities in the management are carried by human beings only. Okay, that's why it is a human activity. Okay, one more important point is there in this: management is multidimensional. This is very important. Why management is multidimensional? Because in this there is management of work, management of people, and management of operations. This all you can write in management is a human activity. You can add all this thing. Management of work means what? Management translates the work to be done in terms of goals to be achieved and assigns the means to achieve it. Okay, that's why it means to manage the work, whatever is going on in the organization. Then to manage the people. See, management of people is very typical task because we all know that finally we all are human beings, and same in the organization. Or imagine all the employees are from different backgrounds, having different taste, different preferences. Okay, in this two aspect will be there in management of people. It means dealing with the employees as individuals with diverse need and behavior, and second one, dealing with employees as a group of people. So the task of manager is to make people work towards the achievement of the organizational goals by making their strength effective and their weaknesses irrelevant. Then third aspect here, it is management of operations. It means it is a combination of both management of work and management of people. Okay, that is management of operations. Now let us proceed with the topic. Next one, that is objectives of management. As you can see in the slide that there are three objectives of management: organizational, social, and personal. Now let us see the first one, that is organizational objective. Main three terms you can see in bold: survival, profit, and growth. So in the organizational objective, these three things are very important to write. First of all, what is important for any organization is to survive. When it will survive? When any business will survive? When they are able to cover their cost. Then is survival sufficient? Only survival will work? No. Finally, what are required in the business? Profit. Okay. Then profit is very important, which is an incentive for the continued successful operation of the enterprise. Profit is very essential to cover the cost and risk of the business. Okay, but suppose profit is earned, what is the next step then? To grow, because every business wants to grow. Imagine, just have a imagination of any big business tycoons in India. Imagine Ambani's, imagine Mittals and all. What do you think? They are just what level they are today? It was their level from the beginning? No, they all have started from very small business. Then year by year, when profits were there, they have growth. They have a growth. They have a huge growth, we can say. So every business wants to grow. Every business wants to open new branch. They wants to cover more share. They wants to increase the sales turnover. They want to increase the number of employees. Wants increase capital investment. Want to increase the line of product. So these all things are there in mind when businessman starts the business. Okay. Now, what are the various social objectives? See, only doing business is not okay. We have studied in 11th also in the definition of business that customer satisfactions is very important. Similarly, so many social objectives have to be fulfilled along with the carrying on the business activities, which what it can be, it can be to provide the goods at reasonable rates, to provide good quality goods. Environment friendly methods should always be used. Suppose if in any organization so much smoke is coming out because production process and all, so filtration plant should be there, big chimneys should be used so that smoke can be released high in the sky and all, like that. Okay. Then employment opportunity is very important. Always every business should try to create maximum employment opportunities for the employees. As you know, already in India we are suffering with the problem of unemployment like anything, you know. What is the current condition? You can see when we talk about any government vacancy, for one seat thousands and thousands of students are there, thousands and thousands of people are there who are fighting for the one seat. So that is a condition. So it's very important for every business organization to create ample business opportunities, create ample employment opportunities. Then to help the backward society in terms of providing education, health services. This is also very important because proper regional development, proper regional balanced development is very important to increase the GDP. So these social objectives should be fulfilled. Okay. Now, next one, personal objectives and or human objectives, you can see. You can use personal name also or human name also. What are the personal objectives? See, whenever any employees working in any organization, so some personal objectives are also there. Okay. So organization should always keep in mind that they have to carry on the all the business goals, all the organizational goals along with the achievement of the personal objectives also. What can be the personal objective? To provide fair remuneration. See here, what is fair? Fair means which is just and equitable. Fair can be 5,000 also for some employee, and fair can be 50,000 also for some employee working at the same level in different organization, because it depends on the size of the organization. It depends on size and type of organization where the particular employee is working. So remuneration should always be fair. There should be no prejudices, no biases in providing remuneration, that is salary and wages. Then good working condition, which is very important because every employee need good working condition. It happens, I have practically seen many times that salaries are good. Okay, suppose if lady employee is there and she is working in an XYZ organization, salaries are extremely high, lakhs, more than lakhs she is getting for 1 month. But if suppose the environment is not good, teasing is going on, some other activities are going on, then what will happen? Is she happy? She will be happy with that salary? No. Similarly, for any other employee, good working conditions are always having more importance, what I feel, rather than salary. Okay, salary is also very important, but along that working conditions are also equally important. Only salary will not work. Similarly, every employee wants to grow. Every employee wants that that development should be there in the career. Advancement should be there. Okay. Then participation in management. This is also very important, to participate in the management. Every employee should get the right to give their suggestions, and always suggestion should be welcome. So this was all we have seen. All the three objectives we have covered: organizational, social and personal. Now let us proceed with the next topic, importance of management. Management helps in achieving goals, in achieving group goals. Yes, it's absolutely true. Why? Because an organization has a set of goals to achieve. Suppose their ROI is 10%, then they want to make it say 20% by the coming year. Management aims at achieving these goals by giving a common direction to the individual effort. So whatever activities are going on in the management are always directed towards the achievement of the goal. That's why it is said that management helps in achieving group goals. Then next one you can see management increases efficiency. How efficiency can be increased? Just think. Yes, it can be increased by reducing cost, increasing productivity, by proper planning, organizing, directing and controlling the activities of the organization. In this way, efficiency can be increased. Then you can see management helps in achieving personal objective. Now only we have seen that what are the personal objectives. Management should always work in that particular direction. Management should always try that. Yes, they want that all employees working in their organization should be satisfied, and when they all the employees will be satisfied when their personal objectives are fulfilled. So it is very important. Then management creates a dynamic organization. So here what is the meaning of this thing? It means in order to be successful, an organization must change itself and its goals according to the need of the environment. You know what happened practically? Whenever management wants to change something, generally the employees resist, because generally they are working in their old style and all. No? They don't want to change. But here the works come of the management. Management through their managers will try to always explain the workers that whatever change is there, it is for their betterment. It will increase their caliber. It will increase their package. They will be more efficient. Like this, so many reasons can be there. In positive way, it has to be managed. Okay. So that's why they say that management creates a dynamic organization, because finally workers are there, employees are there, and they are the people who will make it dynamic. For that thing, it is very important that all the employees should become dynamic. Okay, they should accept the change positively, and that is the work of the management, which should always be done. Okay, then last point you can see management helps in the development of society. As we have seen here, you can write all the social objectives point. Management not always just engaged in the production process, but always they should work for the society. As we have studied in 11th also, that since the business houses are using the resources of the society, it is their responsibility that they should work for the society. In what way they can develop the society? By providing good quality products and services at reasonable prices, by creating ample employment opportunities, adopting new technology, like that. So many other points also you can add. So we have covered the topic importance of management. Okay, today we have covered definition of management. We have seen which two terms are important there: process, then effective and efficient. Then we have seen the functions of management. Then we have seen the objectives of management, and now we have covered the importance of management. Okay, I hope you understand all this topic. Please revise the topic. We will see in the next video with the remaining topics. Bye.